Our sound effects man, Mr. Fred Newman, over here, has been with the show years and years. Nobody we recommend to young people that they try to emulate. Fred was trouble in school. Imagine him sitting behind you when you're taking the SATs and making dripping sounds and making stomach sounds. So many classmates of his just never got into the right schools. They still resent him for it. He could do alarms. That's the thing that really irked them. He could do all these alarms, and so school was evacuated many times. All different alarms. There he went. One day there was an alarm, and people said, "Oh, that's just Fred," they said. So school was not evacuated, and that was the day the boiler blew up. It just... Luckily, nobody was injured. Some kids were blown high in the air. But this happened to be the very week that Fred's hometown in Georgia was trying to set the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest Jell-O mold in America. And they had an orange Jell-O mold that was half a mile wide, and it was as big as 15 football fields, and it was 3 feet deep, and the kids landed in that Jell-O mold. So nobody was injured. But they took up a collection there in the town. This was down south. That's why Fred's hair is white. He lived on grits most of the time. Big helpings of grits, morning, noon, night, and chicken gravy, mashed potatoes, everything white back then, white bread. And what did you just do here? What is that?
So you mix them all together.
Rice?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. They took up a collection and they sent him out of town. They put him on a train and he headed off north. He went to work in a carnival up north, working with a young woman named Fifi, doing a knife-throwing act. She would stand in a very slight bikini there in front of a big sheet of plywood, and he'd throw knives so they landed just right close to her body, right around it. And then one day he threw a knife and it came too close and it cut the strap of her brassiere. Please. So then he was put to work on the merry-go-round then, the whirligig, and
okay, listen.
but he didn't get the hang of the gears somehow, and he put it into high gear, and the thing went around way too fast, and people were hurled off the merry-go-round, and luckily it was right next to a swamp, and they landed in 3 feet of mud, so they were not.
Wow, that was a ride.
Boy, that was a ride and a half.
A rough ride, but a ride.
He went to work in a factory. He worked the day shift, and it was a tuba factory. He was the tuba tester, and no, it wasn't a musical instrument. It wasn't a musical instrument. It was a tuba toothpaste. Had to test them, and they just got tired of that after a while.
That one works.
So he got an orangutan to test it. A little orangutan, and but that didn't last too long. So Fred got lucky. He invented a very powerful juicer that would juice 2 bushels of apples in 2 seconds. And for protein, he could juice a side of beef.
Pure beef.
And for extra fiber, he could put in a whole sheet of 3/4-inch plywood. And he invented an espresso machine that could do everything. It could make light grind. light roast. They can make dark roast. They can do French roast. Fred is a busy guy. In addition to working on our show, he also works for SeaWorld, training dolphins to sing because jumping out of the water through hoops is no longer good enough for the people who come to see dolphins. They want to see more. They want to see dolphins sing. They want to see dolphins talk. They want to see dolphins do the Gettysburg Address. They want to see dolphins do the 23rd Psalm. They want to see them do it correctly. They want to.
The Lord's my shepherd.
That's right. Then they want to see.
Dolphin, come on.
They want to see dolphins sing. They want to hear them sing Amazing Grace. Right. They want to hear them sing Stephen Sondheim. Stephen Sondheim?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm a dolphin, I don't know.
Led Zeppelin. They want to hear him do Led Zeppelin. And
Alamani paying your bill.
Never mind. Fred travels in his own bus on this tour. He's because nobody wants to be near him because he's got this fascination with bagpipes, and so he's playing bagpipes on his bus, and who cares for that? He's got a lap pool on his bus as well. He's got a ping pong table and espresso machine and everything that he needs. People love Fred. People love Fred because they don't have to live with him and hear him do these dripping sounds, do these stomach sounds, do alarms in the middle of the night. They identify with Fred somehow, our listeners. They see him as the hapless oddball they used to be before the Methodist Church straightened them out, or Scientology, or yoga, or whatever, their mother or something. We who live Fred have mixed feelings about him until that day. It was in Lake Erie. That was when there was a big earthquake up there. There was a big storm, and we were parked down by the lake in our humble bus with our tent and so on, and deer flies around us, mosquitoes. And then we saw this meteorite. There was an alarm that went off, and a meteorite alarm, and it was heading straight for us. And then at the same time, by sheer coincidence, these amazing coincidences, you wouldn't believe it if I made this up, but this actually happened. A submarine surfaced on Lake Erie. It was a Nazi submarine. And it was piloted by World War II reenactors. And we needed them to pay attention, but Fred does not speak German, though he just did. He doesn't. But he speaks dolphin, and by coincidence, a dolphin, a rare freshwater dolphin, appeared right there, and he told the dolphin who did speak German, and he told him to take over the submarine, and the dolphin went aboard the submarine, and he started the sonar, and he got a bead on that meteorite, and he pumped all the ballast into the stern so that the bow rose high in the air, and he shot 2 torpedoes into the air, and they hit that meteorite and broke it into pieces, and flaming pieces of rock came down. And luckily for us, there was a powerful magnetic shield, so that nobody was injured by the
Oh,
rock.
thank God that shield was up there, man.
It was a
Chunks of
it was a magnetic
heat.
shield that was made of jello, and so we were safe. And when a man saves your life, you feel grateful to him. Thank you. Thank you.